Letters readers discuss President Trump's changing stances, threats to truce and back to threats, and the complexity of trade negotiations. ImagePresident Trump in a dinner meeting with President Xi Jinping of China during the Group of 20 summit meeting this weekend, where they agreed to what is essentially a 90-day truce in their trade war. Credit Brenner for the New York Times. To the editor. Trump appoints China hardliner for trade talks, front page, deck. 4. I agree that China's push to obtain trade secrets and intellectual property must be addressed. However, that should have been specifically targeted, and preferably in conjunction with our allies. Trade wars are not easy to win, despite what President Trump has claimed, and winning is not when our side merely loses less than the other party. Meanwhile, the tariffs are an indirect tax increase on consumers and hurt many of our productive sectors. Trump started this all-out trade war, and now wants to be a hero by not accelerating it further. Franklin M. Van Weesendonck, Morrisville, PA. To the editor. Vitally important stakes in these trade negotiations between the United States and China go beyond tariffs, non-tariff barriers, technology transfer, intellectual property and cyber intrusion. Since 1972, a major strategic objective of trade and financial ties between the United States and China has been the avoidance of war and the maintenance of mutually beneficial peace between these two great powers. Policymakers and negotiators on both sides must consider these broader interests of mutually beneficial peace as well as prosperity. So should the business, financial, labor and other interests who lobby their governments. They also benefit from these peaceful relations. Jeffrey S. Mills, Steinberg, VA. The writer served for 3 decades as a career policy and strategic planner in the State, Commerce, Treasury and Defense Departments and was an assistant professor of political science and international relations at Yale. To the editor. You don't understand tariffs, man. Editorial, December 5th, reminds me of President Trump's foray into healthcare. To paraphrase, who knew tariffs could be so complicated? Thomas D. Penfield, Cardiff by the Sea, Caliph. A version of this article appears in print on page A30 of the New York edition with the headline, Trade War with China, Not So Easy to W in. Order reprints. Today's paper, subscribe.